To my young niece Pam, whose enthusiasm about the diary gave me the incentive for doing this book. The Diary of Noah Blake, 1805. Closed. His inkpot and pen. Open. Author's note. One time a young boy visited a museum of early American things. There were ladies' bustles and men's wigs and other obsolete things. There were tremendous planes and broad axes that appeared much too heavy for actual use. There were whole aisles of kitchen equipment and farm tools that no one would care to use now. To the boy, it all looked very much like a neatly arranged and well cared for junkyard. He wasn't quite sure what was meant by the title Americana. All he could think of was how dreary life must have been in those days, and how unhappy the people must have been, and how glad I am that I live today instead of then. I am sure that whoever collected and arranged those things did so to excite admiration for the old days. He would have been very displeased with the boy's reaction. Yet I cannot blame the boy, for just as in so many museums of early Americana, the chief attraction of the pieces was made to be just old age. Even now, for I was the little boy, I can feel no reverence for old age. Respect is not due older people for their age and wrinkles or gray hair. Respect is due them simply for the things they have learned and for their extra years of experience. The old-time craftsmen would have been the very first to have junked crude or obsolete things, so why should we seek them and collect them for display as examples of early American life? Indeed, there are ugly things in all ages which should be discarded and forgotten. Only the good things of either the past or the present are worthy of collection. The good things of the past were not so often articles as they were the manner in which people lived or the things that the people thought. This, of course, is still true. The fine TV sets and modern kitchen equipment we prize now will be junk within a matter of years. The lasting examples of our time will turn out to be the ways that we live or the things that we think. For a long while I have collected early American wooden tools, those things that pioneer people fashioned at home. It seems that they put so much of themselves into these implements that just being with them is like being with the people who created them. Closing your hand around a worn wooden hammer handle is very much like reaching back into the years and feeling the very hand that wore it smooth. And so it is my special pleasure to behold the lines of handmade things and to see the patina of seasoned wood and to feel a patriotic pride in the good workmanship there. My collection is not a collection of implements as much as it is a collection of works of art. Many of the pieces would actually win merit in any gallery of sculpture, for when a man creates something, he has become a designer, often an artist. When I show my collection to young people, I am very careful to avoid saying, "See how old these things are." Instead, I say, "See how carefully and beautifully people created things in those days? How aware these people were of the kinds of materials they worked with. How aware they were of the time in which they lived. Everything is dated and signed. How richly awake they must have been to every moment of each day." This book is based upon a diary written in 1805. It was a small wood-backed, leather-bound volume that I found in an ancient house. With it, I found a handmade stone inkwell initialed NB. I have taken a writer's liberty to imagine a great deal, but I have tried thereby to recreate seasons of activities as they might have been during 1805. Before reading this book, I ask you first to study the sketches on the following pages, where I have tried to create the scene of Noah Blake's countryside both before and after he was born. Do compare these two sketches so that you may better follow the activities at the Blake homestead during the year of the diary. If you get the slightest portion of the immense pleasure I got while researching this material, my book will have been worth the while. Eric Sloane, Weather Hill, Cornwall Bridge, Connecticut. Farm Forged Axe would win top honor in any gallery of sculpture. Temporary barn, bark roof over stone foundation, forest being cut down, old Indian trail, site for mill, log and slat bridge, Red Man Brook, forge barn, solid shutter, temporary bark roof, clay and stick chimney, boarding room, watering place, the Blake Place, 1790. This was the year when Noah was born, the year after Isaac Blake and his wife Rachel built their cabin near Red Man Brook. The bark roofs, the clay and stick chimney, and the temporary lean-to barn were all replaced. Look at the next picture and see what changes occurred. Stand of uncut timber, barn, cornfield, stone boat, sled, a mill, sluice, mill wheel, toll house, road to village, covered bridge, tool shed, Blake house, well sweep, shingle roof, stone fence, Noah's window, cellar, Noah's room, mill pond. The Blake place sometime after 1805. With the help of Noah, Isaac Blake had created a workable homestead. The Indian Trail became a roadway. The brook became a source of power to grind corn that grew where once forests stood. The shelter became home to an early American boy. Here, in the condition in which they were found, are Noah Blake's diary, inkwell, and almanac. The log at the woodpile, the axe supported by it, the sylvan hut, the vine over the doorway, the space cleared for a garden, the irregular tapping of rain down on the leaves after the storm is lulled, the sentiment of the huge timbers of old-fashioned houses and barns. Walt Whitman.